Alright, it's time for a Vendetta guide. I've been playing her quite a bit. I'm not going to claim to be a master of every single technical ability and every single thing about her, but this is some tips I think that might help you in your gameplay from me just messing around and playing her and trying to hit GM on a Smurf account with her from unranked. From going from plat to I think I'm at Masters 2 right now? No, halfway Masters 3. But anyway, let's get started. So for basically, if you ever played her, very simple, just 2 slashes, 1 overhead one. If you go for the overhead and you jump, you do get a bit of a leap with it. This is pretty handy if you want to do a tech where if you're holding a door, you know enemies are around here and they're going to try to come down for you, and say you're low, they're going to come after you. Start slashing and kind of jump around the corner. Oops, I didn't miss it. But yeah, you can jump around corner, get the jump on him. You can probably do that, hit him away. So pretty easy stuff right there for early slashing. And then I can't remember how much. I think it does. How much damage does it do? I know they nerfed it now. Actually, you know. Where is it again? Hold up.
Found our prey.
Oh, there it is. Hero info.
No one stands in my way.
Okay, so swing does 45 damage. Overhead will do 130 damage. They did nerf it a bit because it used to do, I think it was 50 per swing. Or it was something like also with the overhead, like it doesn't do as much now. So, yeah. We'll look at first ability being the Whirlwind Dash, which is melee damage, 80 to 40 damage. Well, it's only 0.5 seconds, so not super long. So mainly what I would recommend for this ability, just since it's a shorter thing, is either you're going to finish someone with it. Say like you're in a 1v1 and you just happen to do that, quick finish them off, and there's no one else around. However, if you dive in, do something, slash, try to get a kill. If you can't get a kill and you're risking dying, try and get out using that. It's honestly a better tool to get out with than to engage with, unless you have, say, the other perk involved. We'll wait to look at the perks in a second. And then we'll go for next one, the Soaring Slice. So this will do 50 damage if you connect to someone. Has a range of about 15 meters. So pretty good. This is the main tool that I use to engage with and that you probably want to engage with. And also a good place to get high ground, take different positions, and just kind of like watch from above, see where the enemy might be. Then isolate someone, locate, okay, who can I go for that could die? A low H support, like a support in the back, is probably your best bet to go after. Obviously, like, make sure you understand who you're going after. Think in your mind, alright, this is the person I want to go after. What abilities do they have to counter me? What abilities do they have to get away from me? I also think, okay, is there anyone on the enemy team who can bail them out? So say 3 people are coming down right here. But there's someone else over here that's alone. Say it's a soldier going on the flank. You could easily, if you see a soldier, he doesn't see you, you can throw that, time it right to where you're going to hit him, hit that, do this, and that. It's basically, I mean, I can't just add a combo in there, but maybe I should go with that combo as well. But basically, that's basically the gist of using it. You basically want to use it as your engagement tool. And then right there, say if I was still down there, get the kill, I wouldn't have any need to use my dash away. So then by the time in a couple seconds I'll have my sword again, sword it, throw it somewhere else, relocate, go back and like watch an enemy team. And if my whole team is going to go in and start fighting them, I'll start getting aggressive and start slashing them too. Alright, so I guess we'll just keep going for abilities. So basically, got your shield, you got your block. And it can last infinitely unless you're taking damage to it, so not bad. So it doesn't say, okay, so it reduces 75% of damage. That's pretty good, and it only blocks the front of you. So if someone's shooting from behind you, it's not going to work that way. So if someone shoots you from behind, it's not like a ROM block where if you get shot from the back, you're going to still block, and you shot from the back, you're kind of toast. But then you need to also have your shield up, or your sword up, sorry, to do a slice. I'm pretty sure this does 80 damage, if I am not mistaken. Yeah, that's right, 80 damage. So, if you have full charge, you'll be able to get off 3 slashes with it. But most of the time you're probably gonna get off 2, because sometimes people will shoot you and that will take away your energy duration, so you're usually only gonna get 2 off. So, I usually mostly just like, it's like no action's really happening. The enemy team's from afar. I'll usually just like send one out there. At least try to build some ult charge. At least hit someone. Or then or two, if I'm losing my line charge over here, like my combo meter or whatever it's called, I will try to send one out just to keep it alive for a bit. But that's going to kind of take me into going into this one tech that I found. So they nerfed it now because previously you could go up to a 250 HP target and instantly kill them by doing the 3 swings. As you can see, doesn't work anymore. So it's either you're going to have to do an extra slash or melee them. However, I found that if you go for engagement, so if you start off like this, like I was saying, you hit him with this slash, you hit that, do that. I went a little slower there, so kind of like make more sense. So what you're gonna do, I kind of run this in slow motion. So you're gonna hit down, and then you're going to throw this, and then slash once. It's faster than hitting like the downward and then double slash on them. It's basically the same amount of time to do the 3 combo. Unless like, however, sometimes they might be low enough, so it might be better to do quick 2 slashes and then get away, but it basically is the same amount of time, so I'll try to do it a little faster. So going for engagement, slash down, and then run away. So that's basically a combo you're going to do if you're going to take out a 250 HP target. However, if someone is 300, yeah, that really ain't gonna work. And plus the only 300 HP targets are well, actually that is pretty fast to kill him. I never actually tried it that way. But yeah, I guess if you're going for a Reaper, just do 2 slashes. But he's probably going to shoot you once, so he's probably going to heal. The only 300 HP targets are Reaper, Bay, and then Bastion's 350. So you really kind of don't want to go for them as an engagement target. Maybe like the main characters you're gonna want to engage for that you're probably gonna win is a Hanzo, probably, most likely. Hanzo, Widow. Tracer's a little too hard. Sim, only one thing I will say of Sim is make sure you keep the fight close. Because if a Sim starts engaging on you first, or if she even has the energy charge and starts shooting you first, it's gonna be harder to deal with. Soldier's a good one to go after. Ash, if you can like force coach gun in some way. But the main targets, this is your main diet right here that you're going to be feasting on, is the support category right here. Only one, like the ones I would say that are difficult to go after is Juno and Lucio. That's pretty much it. I mean, Juno, if you can hit the initiative slash down, that's pretty good. But if she is able to double jump away and fly, then it's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to hit 2 hits on her with the shooting. Lucio, only reason I say it's hard is he's very easy to kill if you can get like right next to him. Only reason I say is if a good Lucio is like speed wall riding all over the place. So if you can hit him with a connecting downward dash, he'll go to the ground. I probably should have said that before, but if you do a downward dash, you will hit like a target to the ground. So say there's a Pharah, go up, hit her, she'll be on the ground right here.
Over here.
It's same thing, like that's a good thing too if you're going to engage a Bath. Because if Bath tries to jump away and you hit him with that, he's instantly back onto the ground. So just key tip to kind of remember there. And you know, we'll just quick fire off the ult. So want to make sure I'm technically correct. We got Sundering Blade. We'll go over everything real quick because I don't really fully, I guess, know everything about the ult. I just use it. But it does 100 damage directly in stage 1, so I guess the main thing to know is there's 3 different stages and it charges up over time, so always keep that in mind. It pierces through armor, pierces barriers, and it's a channeled area of effect. And then, so for stage 2, then it does directly 400. I mean 200, sorry. And then direct is 400 in stage 3. And there's a 50% deployable bonus damage out there also. So that range from like going from stages goes from 8 to 16 to 24, so always going to bounce up by 8 meters. So let's just start off here. So as you can see, small, big, large, and I just kill myself. And sometimes mistakes like that might happen in your match.
Now they own
But it's a pretty simple kind of ult to understand. You can start it around a corner too sometimes, that way you can get it fully charged more, but make sure you have enough time to get around the corner. Don't start it super far back and then by the time like the ult just happens to go off, she ends up just like using it like it hits, like it's hit on the wall or something. So just kind of keep that in mind. And you're kind of like, sometimes it's good to go for like just a single target. If you can't guarantee, like if you know you might not get a bunch of targets, you see someone alone on the flank, quick hit them. An important thing to know, it's not just grounds. Like, it's not just on the ground that take damage. It's in the air. So if there's, say, a Pharah... No, I'm not pinging there. I'm not even pinging there. Well, right there. If there's, say, a Pharah in the air, like, from right here up where I'm staring right at her, I'm doing an assault. It instantly hit down onto Pharah, killing Pharah. Or like a BAP or anyone else in the air. I've got several aerial kills. It's kind of funny to do, especially on like some people who think that they can get away. I actually killed another Vendetta once where they ran into the air also, so I just looked down, slapped it down on them. But so that's all. Not a whole lot difficult to understand. All right, let's look at perks. So the main perks. The main perk I go for is the Siphoning Strike, melee since you gain 40% extra lifesteal. You're definitely gonna need this one for if you're taking a lot of damage in the fray. So, because since you're a melee character and you gotta dive in, you're gonna take a lot of damage. So if like say you're in a team fight, you're just helping your team, you're slashing them, and you're taking a bit of damage. Instantly hitting down, you're gaining I think. You gain 45, I think, health. I think that's how much. I guess here 40 or 45 HP when you do a downward slash. And the other one, the relentless one, I used to do this one quite a bit. I was also mainly because Siphoning Strike wasn't as good as it is now. But the onslaught one, it stacks up to 3 more times, and it'll increase your attack by 5 and movement by like per stack. So it's a pretty good one. Like, they're both good, but Siphoning Strike is just, like, a better one to use. Like, I mean, this is all, as you can see, like, this is good just for, like, the quick movement of it, but that also means you have to be consistently hitting them. So that is the one main thing, is you have to be consistent with your hits, consistently always taking out the fights to them. That was kind of where it was when, the reason I kept using it was, because I was always consistent in that fight. On Smurf account, but then coming over here with more like GMs, higher masters, champion, or just like any other players I find in quick play, they you would take way more damage because people are going to be more focused to you and knowing where you are. So if you're more lower rank, I'd say obviously I do the siphoning one, but if you're going to be consistently fighting and you know you're going to survive a lot of the time, then do the onslaught one, and then you're able to just keep ripping through the enemies real quick. Alright, so next ones we got Swift Vengeance and Raging Storm. I always go for the Raging Storm just to have a bigger whirlwind dash, since it hits 3 more times in a wide area for 40 damage. So I prefer that one over the Vengeance one. I mean, it's good if you could get the kill. I mean, but here's the thing. Excuse me. But it requires you to die. Say you're having a great game, you pick the perk, and you don't die at all. So you basically just kind of waste that perk. But then also, it's hard too if the person that you die to happens to be, say, I don't know, a Roadhog or something. That's going to be a hard one to kill. I haven't used it a whole lot. Actually, I've never used it at all. I think maybe one game. I've tried only in the practice range with a bot, but the only thing, like, I don't know if it counts if, say, the enemy also, like, assists you killing them. I don't know if, like, you have to hit the final blow to kill them for it to count, but that's mainly why I don't use it, because it's very dependent on who, say, kills you, and then you have to make sure you kill them. So I usually go for the Raging Storm.
My prize.
So as you can see, spin a couple more times. Obviously, in that state, you will be a slightly easier target to shoot, so I normally wait till people are pretty low to do it. So if, like, there's a big group together, or say there's a grab, just quick run in there. Actually, it's like, better than a grab to, like, do multiple of the slashes. The example I guess I was thinking of was, there's one time someone grabbed, jumped in with it, slammed down, and they're all like 1 HP, so I just started hitting them. And I got, I think, 2 kills off of that. Then we, like, basically cleaned up the whole enemy team.
That looks fatal.
One thing I guess to also add is that their downward slash can go through enemies as well, so you can hit, like, multiple with it. But I mean, that's pretty much it for the Vendetta guide. That's pretty much all the tips I have. So I guess main takeaway to remember is, and I'll set it up real quick over here. Main takeaway I would say is remember this combo: engage, downward slash, boom, instant kill. Remember that, and you will succeed in most of your Vendetta dives. So you'll be able to live that better, survive it, hit down, boom, boom, run away. Unless, like, you're able to quick engage again on someone else. One thing to know is, like, you probably will die a lot. Just learn her first. Don't, like, try not to care if, like, your team's getting mad. You obviously do this in quick play. Just practice her, learn her, get comfortable with her, and then head into comp with her. Yeah, she's super fun to play. Obviously, like, there are some instances you're going to need to be more passive than others, but you also have to be super aggressive and understand that. And you will die a lot of the time, so you gotta also think, is this a dive worthwhile that I can take? Because main thing I guess I will say is, if you're going for a dive and there's a high risk of dying, at least end off with a trade of you killing someone, and if you die as well. That's basically how I will end it off, is saying that. But try not to die. Be passive aggressive. When you see the opportunity to strike, just hit them with it. Just go full in on them. So, with that all said, have fun playing Vendetta, and may your days be merry and bright.